Hi, Philip DeBella here. FlashCast by PDB, where I answer questions, talk about topics in business, all in a conversation style between 5 to 10 minutes. So send in those questions, give us feedback on our social media pages, FlashCast by PDB, and let's get discussion rolling. Today's one's been sent in by my beautiful, supportive, wonderful and gorgeous wife, Jana DeBella, who wants me to talk about time management. And says, you're very good at juggling the three areas of your life and keeping things in harmonious ways. So can you share it with people because they'll get a lot out of it. So today I'm going to talk about time management. And simply put, to me, time management, you're going to hear me quote it many times throughout, where awareness goes, energy flows. So to me, it's all about where your awareness goes is where my energy will flow in all three areas, personal, professional, and family. I need to make sure that I give each area the awareness it needs so that my energy flows. That is what I find helps me with my time management. I build plans around the areas with some of the topics I'm going to discuss and tips of what I do. I'll discuss with you, but I build a plan around each area of my life. I make sure that the area that requires the awareness gets it at that point of time, and I therefore find that I become very productive and efficient. So let's start with productivity. I always talk about people work to outcomes. It's not about how much time is spent at work. So let's use work as an example. I didn't look at people and see what their time they arrive, what time they leave. To me, it's all about being productive. It's all about working to outcome. It's not all about the hours that people are doing. No different with when I spend time with my children. It's not about sitting with them for 6 hours and being on, distracted and working on my iPhone or my computer. It's rather spend 1 or 2 hours, but kicking a soccer ball, reading a book, answering questions, talking, engaging, being productive, being efficient with my time when I'm spending time with my children. No different to when I'm working with myself to make sure that I'm being as productive as possible. And it's not about how many hours and it's not about how much time is spent on what you're doing. So while we're embarking on being more productive rather than how much time we spend, it's all about managing your energy, not your time. This is what results in higher productivity. From my experience, I see that people that get the higher levels of productivity are the people that manage their energy, not manage their time. The other thing I see is that they're the type of people that invest more in themselves and invest in people around them. They focus on what they can do for each other rather than what they can take from each other. This is something that I really believe in, not just in a work life, but definitely in a personal life, that life should be about what we do for each other rather than what we can take from each other. Investing in people rather than focusing on what I can get from them is sure to be a winner. I also understand that all of person comes to work and that time management is important to everybody. 24 hours in a day, and we can't increase that. So we have to try and be very supportive and understanding that people, it's all of person comes to work. Professional, the personal, and the family person comes to work. So wherever their time is needed because of what's going on in their circumstances, then you have to be very aware of that and supportive of it. And I find that when you do that, it actually helps people become more productive. When you're there for somebody and supporting them in the time when they need more time for family or personal, I find that when you need time from them professionally, they're willing to step up to the plate. A highlighted tip is setting a daily ritual. I really believe that if you set daily rituals in all three areas of your life, that you will be productive. You will give the right awareness and the energy will flow. Let me give you some examples. I take all school holidays off. So I'm privileged enough and lucky enough now to do that. It was a goal of mine. One of the reasons why I sold one of my company was that I could take school holidays off. So I don't travel for business on school holidays. I only travel for pleasure with my family. When I'm not traveling, I'm having breakfast every morning with my family. So we're always having breakfast together as a family before the kids go off to school and before I go to work. When I wake up, I go to the gym. I have lost a lot of weight in the last 12 months and I find now that I sleep less, so 6 hours for me is plenty to sleep. The other hour and a half, I go to the gym 5 to 7 times a week. That's my me time. In terms of work, I have an office that's out, not at home, so that I separate it all. And I go to the office, and the first thing I do is sit down and clear out my emails and plan my day. I have a look at the meetings that I've got in there, and I normally do big meeting planning on a Monday or on a Friday, where I'm setting up the week or setting up the week to come. I love to plan. I find that planning my meetings gives me more time. The other tip around planning meetings is cut 60-minute meetings down to 30-minute and 45. Aim for planning 45 minutes and no longer. You'll find that you don't need 60 minutes. And if you constantly keep putting 60-minute meetings in, they'll just go that time. So there's another big one around, setting rituals up. I have 30 to 45-minute meetings. I make sure I leave 10 or 15 minutes in between meetings, and I aim to get them down and get it straight, cut to the chase. I do my emails in the morning, and then I check them regularly every 2 hours, or when I have the spare time to do so. Other people, they sometimes have a window of emails, 9 till 11 or 3 till 5. Other people don't touch their phones or emails after 6 p.m. It really depends whether you've got international business or not. Don't be hard on yourself. A big point to note is that everyone manages their time different. So you need to be aware of what works best for you. It's okay to do what works for you. So for some people, they've got international business. Some people work shift work. It is what works for you. Where does your awareness need to be so that your energy can flow and you can be productive? This will give you the best time management plan. Some people need regular breaks, 5 minutes every hour. Some people need a break in the middle of the day. Some people are more productive in the morning. Some are more productive at night. It really comes down to knowing yourself and knowing those around you, especially if you manage teams. You need to know what works for them and how you're going to get the best out of them. Remember, manage people's energy, don't manage time. Do you need regular holidays, or do you like having one big holiday a year? How much sleep do you need? These are the things that you need to understand before you start mapping out and making a time management plan. Another highlighted tip is multitasking. It's all about as much productivity you can. And a couple of things I've been doing lately, so walking meetings. So I'll go on a 60-minute walking meeting now. I'll meet at a park or down by the river or outside and go for a walk and talk at the same time and covering topics. So you're having your meeting, you're exercising at the same time, you're changing the environment. I know a couple of good colleagues like Michael Fox, one of Australia's #1 org psychs and consultants. He's fantastic and well known for this, where he'll take you out of the office and go for a walk around the CBD of Brisbane, introduce you to people and talk with you at the same time. Fantastic. The other one is listening to audiobooks when you're at the gym or when you're driving, when you're on a plane, meditating while you're on a plane, doing multiple tasks rather than, one task at a time. Setting up rituals, is fantastic. And a lot of the rituals that you set up, you can set up to multitask, so you're doing more than one thing at any one time. Remember, it's about managing your energy. A great way to manage your energy, and I do this when I wake up, and I do this before I go to sleep, and I sometimes do it throughout the day, especially if I'm having a bad day, is that I breathe. So I have a breathing exercise, which I'll walk you through. I do a deep inhale, I do a very slow exhale, and I do this 5 times. And I do it when I wake up, and I do it before I go to bed, and sometimes during the day. So a very big deep inhale and a very slow exhale 5 times. Remember that mindset is key. Be positive. Talk nicely to yourself. You need to talk nicely. Over 16,000 conversations a day we have with ourselves. Don't be harsh. Be nice. Talk to yourself nice. Get that right mindset. Get that beautiful growth mindset that allows you to put the awareness into where it needs to be so that the energy flows and that you become the best that you can be. Remember, people's limitations are often self-imposed. Don't be that person. Be the best you can be. FlashCast by PDB. Share with your friends. Leave me some comments. Ask me a question. Look forward to having a conversation next time.